Good morning. Thanks for starting your week with the Farm and Ranch News. Combine swathers and balers are rolling all over Montana. Variable crops for sure, depending on when they were seeded and if they're able to catch an extra shower, but certainly more hay and grain will be produced in Montana this year. Kent Graham from East Bench Grain in Dillon told me it's been quite a turnaround in Beaverhead County, and while grain harvest is still a little ways away, the hay crop has come in pretty strong.
When you're living in a high plains desert like we do, the water's essential. So it's been a little bit of relief this year. We had a late spring, probably started plus or minus a month later than normal. Right now our yields look like they're going to be really, really good. First cutting is up for the most part, somewhere around that 3-ton mark, and so the guys feel a little bit better about their hay supply.
Well, the Montana Wheat and Barley Committee hosted a trade delegation from South Korea in the Conrad area. The delegation from SPC Group that manufactures food, bread, and confectionery products visited Lee Dahlman's farm as well as the United Grain Elevator. For over 10 years, SPC Group has sourced their grain from Montana. Wheat and Barley Committee Executive Director Kent Kuffner said the company mills the equivalent of about 1,000 acres of Montana-grown wheat every day. The visit by the purchasing team to the Golden Triangle was structured around updates on crop quality and celebrating the long-lasting partnership. Well, that's going to do it for this morning's report. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you back here to check on the markets.
We asked Montana farmer Walt Sales about the challenges of mental health in agriculture.
Another drought, there always is. There's always going to be another something. I grew up in a generation of you pulled yourself up by your bootstraps, but it's become evident is what do you do if you can't even find those bootstraps? If you need to talk to somebody, go to beyondtheweather.com for free counseling for Montana ag producers.
Welcome back to the Ag Report. Legislation has been introduced to create a permanent farm disaster relief program. The bill would make permanent the emergency relief program that was funded by a supplemental appropriations bill in 2021. Eligible disasters include drought, wildfire, floods, excessive heat, winter storms, and freeze events. Farmers would be required to purchase crop insurance for 2 years after receiving funds, and payments would be based on data reported in crop insurance. The bill is meant to streamline the process for all producers to receive assistance and limit the need for ad hoc disaster funding. Well, in the markets, the cattle futures found support Friday with feeders pushing up to contract highs yet again. Another standoff in cash cattle trade as packers haven't been as aggressive with their margins in the red, but a little higher price with live sales 185 to 190 and dress 292 to 297. An extremely active weigh-up market at Montana Livestock Auction. Cows bringing 108 to 124, the heiferettes ranging 110 to 160, and bigger bulls from 128 to 151. Sharply higher lamb prices at the public auction yards. 60 to 90 pound lambs sold from $2 to $217, 90 to 110 pounders $195 to $218. And the wheat market continued to struggle despite Ukraine retaliating and attacking a Russian port. Compared to this time a year ago, cash spring wheat prices are down 85 cents, winter wheat almost $2 lower on average, and durum actually up about 60 cents. Well, that's going to do it for today's Ag Report. Have a great week.